Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to crack open some really interesting sources and pull out those key insights for you. Today, we're taking a deep plunge into, well, the modern world of poker. We're looking specifically at something called bluffing monkeys, elevating poker play. Now, you might think, like I did, that poker's mostly about luck, right? A good bluff, maybe some guts. But what we found here, it completely flips that idea on its head. We're going to explore how players are really honing their skills in 2025. It goes way beyond just hoping for good cards. Okay, let's unpack this. Get ready for maybe a few aha moments along the way.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here, I think, is how Bluffing Monkeys just reframes the whole thing. Poker isn't just presented as a game, it's positioned as this complex field. It demands serious study, real discipline, and a deep analytical grasp of strategy. So this deep dive will look at that shift in modern poker. We'll cover the strategies, the tools involved, and something often missed, the mental game. That's huge now. It shows poker as something you have to work at, like high-level sports or even strategic business planning, not just chance.
That's exactly it. If you're picturing smoky back rooms and just waiting for that lucky ace, well, you need to update that picture. Seriously. Bluffing Monkeys is pretty direct about it. Winning today. It is not about luck, period. Their whole philosophy seems to be about mastering strategy, continuous study, and developing a strong mindset. That's the core. And that's not just tweaking things. It's a whole different way of thinking about the game. It kind of elevates it, doesn't it? From
Yeah.
just gambling to something more like, I don't know, an academic pursuit almost.
It really does. And if you connect this to the bigger picture, like learning any skill, it just makes sense, right? In any competitive field business, sports, whatever, just hoping for luck. That's not a strategy. It might work once or twice, but long term, no way. Bluffing Monkeys basically says players are pushed to stay ahead of the curve by playing smarter and studying more. And it's not just a friendly suggestion, it's essential for survival almost.
Uh-huh.
Online poker is just so much more competitive now. The baseline skill is way higher. So you have to study, you have to analyze your game, adapt constantly. It's non-negotiable if you want to succeed consistently. It's actually a great little model for mastering pretty much anything, isn't it? Deliberate effort, thinking hard, adapting.
Okay, so you buy into this new mindset.
Hmm.
Poker requires serious work. What then? Well, Bluffing Monkeys shows that the real edge comes from having the right gear, essentially, the right tools. And here's where it gets really interesting, I thought. They offer this whole suite of poker tools, specific software and calculators. I was genuinely surprised by how detailed this stuff is. We're talking a range analyzer, a range versus range equity calculator, poker odds charts, a bankroll management calculator, even a specific Texas Hold'em odds calculator, and something called an ICM calculator, independent chip model.
Yeah, ICM, that's crucial for tournaments.
Right. So it's not just a couple of handy apps. It's like a full analytics department for your poker game.
Exactly. And they're not just, flashy gadgets. They serve a real purpose. They help turn that gut feeling, that intuition, into actual quantifiable data, which, let's face it, is useful everywhere, not just poker.
Right.
So the range analyzer you mentioned, instead of just guessing, what might they have here? It helps you map out all the likely hands your opponent could possibly be holding based on how they've played. It shifts things from pure guesswork to calculated probability.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or the ICM calculator. That's huge in tournaments, like I said. Late in a tournament, see, your chips aren't worth their face value in cash anymore. It gets complicated. Getting closer to the big prizes changes everything. ICM helps figure out the actual value and make the best decisions in those really high-pressure spots.
Ah, okay, so it guides those crucial late-game decisions.
Precisely. These tools let players dig deep into scenarios, understand complex odds, and fine-tune their strategy like never before. It's kind of like having a math whiz whispering probabilities in your ear while you play.
Okay, with all these calculators and analyzers, you might think poker's just become a cold numbers game. But Bluffing Monkeys really emphasizes that, well, like anything high stakes, the toughest opponent is often yourself.
Right.
Inside your own head. They put a huge amount of weight on the mental side of things. They've got guides like Building Confidence After a Downswing, a poker player's mental game guide. And that really speaks to the need for resilience, doesn't it? Because variance, luck, it's always there. You'll have bad runs.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyone who's played poker or, frankly, done anything competitive knows about those downswings, those periods where you feel like you're doing everything right, but the results just aren't coming. It's tough.
It is tough, and handling that is crucial. It leads right into another key resource they have. It's called Mindfulness in Poker boost focus, avoid tilt, and make better decisions.
Mindfulness. Okay.
Yeah. They define mindfulness as the art of being fully present. And in poker, that's vital. It helps you stay focused, avoid tilt. You know, that state where frustration takes over and you make bad calls?
Oh, yeah. Tilt is bad news.
Very bad news. So mindfulness helps you stay calm, make clearer, more rational choices, especially when things are going badly or you've had a tough beat. And you can see the parallels, right? Who hasn't felt tilted at work sometimes, facing a deadline or a difficult colleague?
Definitely.
The principles are the same, which kind of raises an interesting question for all of us, really. How can we take these ideas, being present, managing emotions from the poker table, and use them in our own lives to handle our own pressures better?
That's a great point. Super applicable. And speaking of staying in the game long term, there's another piece Bluffing Monkeys insists on. It's maybe less exciting, but vital. Financial discipline, bankroll management,
Yes.
the bedrock.
They state it pretty clearly. Building a poker bankroll is considered the cornerstone of progressing in poker. It's not just about having cash to play. It's about managing it smartly, so you can ride out the losses, keep playing, keep learning.
Exactly right. Without solid bankroll management, even the world's best player can bust out. It happens. It's not always bad play that ends careers. Sometimes it's just bad financial planning.
Right.
So Bluffing Monkeys offers practical help there too. You mentioned the bankroll management calculator. And they have detailed guides like the 2025 guide on how to build a poker bankroll, a guide to grinding it up.
Grinding it up. I like that.
Yeah, it just hammers home that managing your funds well is about sustainability, minimizing risk, protecting yourself from, the natural swings of the game. It lets you weather the storms, stay in action long enough for your skill to actually matter.
And again, that's not just poker, is it? Not at all. Think about managing a small business budget, or saving for retirement, or even just managing your time effectively. Resource management is key everywhere for long-term success. It builds resilience.
Absolutely. So it's clear this isn't something you just learn once. It's ongoing. And Bluffing Monkeys seems to really encourage that continuous learning. And community, too. Their blog, for instance, it looks like a goldmine of articles. Covers everything from, broad strategies for winning now in 2025 to specific mental game tricks. They even compare different game types, like short deck hold'em versus regular no-limit hold'em. Apparently, they're quite different
It's
strategically.
very different, yeah.
And even practical stuff, like how to spot and avoid online poker scams, which is important, I guess.
Crucial. Yeah, they cover the whole journey, it seems. And it's not just reading articles. They help players navigate the actual online poker world, too. Like, they have resources to help you find the best online poker clubs that match their style.
Oh, interesting. Like matchmaking for poker rooms.
Sort of. They even have a quiz, apparently, to help guide you, which highlights something important. Finding the right environment to play and learn in is also key. It's not just about what you learn, but where you apply it and who you're learning alongside. Community matters.
Right, finding your tribe, so to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Skill grows better in the right soil, with the right support. And they seem to understand that getting started can be tough, so they sometimes point out practical benefits. Like, for new users, maybe there's a special offer, like a 100% deposit bonus if you sign up in September or something.
Ah, okay. So practical perks mixed with the education.
Yeah, it shows they're thinking about the whole player experience right from the start. So what does all this boil down to, really, when we step back from the specifics?
Well, for me, the biggest takeaway is just how sophisticated poker's become. It's really evolved. This deep dive into Bluffing Monkeys, it really hammers home that poker in 2025.
Yeah.
It's a game of skill, unequivocally. It demands this multi-layered approach. You need strategy, deep strategy. You need the right tools, and you need to know how to use them for actual data-driven insights. You need a really strong mindset to handle the ups and downs, that resilience piece.
Yeah.
You need serious financial discipline, that bankroll management. And you have to keep learning, keep adapting, ideally within a community. It's so far from the simple game of luck that many people still imagine.
Totally.
Bluffing Monkeys paints this picture of poker as this dynamic, really intellectually stimulating challenge. It rewards study, hard work, self-improvement. Makes you look at things differently, doesn't it?
It really does. And maybe that's the final thought for you listening right now. Think about these core principles we've been discussing. Mastering strategy, building mental toughness, using analytical tools smartly, managing your resources carefully. All that stuff that Bluffing Monkeys says is essential for elevating your poker play in 2025. How can you apply those exact same ideas to your goals? to whatever field you're trying to master, your career, your hobbies, your personal growth.
Yeah.
Because what Bluffing Monkeys reveals, I think, is that poker is kind of this perfect little microcosm. It's a
Yeah.
model for how you develop skill, how you make smart decisions in any complex situation life throws at you. It's about way more than just cards at the end of the day. It's a universal toolkit for thinking strategically and staying resilient.